Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and thank you so much for tuning in with me today. Now in today's video I'm going to be reviewing the brand new Good Apple Serum Foundation by KVD Beauty. So I've never really talked about KVD Beauty, and the reason being is this kind of brand went completely under my radar. I'm not sure why, but nothing had really triggered my interest to the point that I would commit to actually purchasing a product by them. But things have changed because I feel like this year so far has been really lame when it comes to foundation releases. Last year we've seen so many different foundations being released, and this year it was kind of like quiet on the foundation front. So when KVD Beauty actually launched this product, I really was intrigued. Now this product is definitely the successor to their Good Apple Balm Foundation. I never had that product, I just know that it went completely viral. So when I saw that they actually released a liquid version of this balm foundation, I really was intrigued. And not just intrigued by the foundation in and of itself, but also by the claims. The claims on this foundation were completely up my alley: full coverage, natural finish, and also long wearing. So in this video, I really wanted to show you guys if this foundation can actually live up to its claims. So of course, I'm gonna let you know all of the details on the foundation. I'm gonna apply it to my face, and I'm also going to be doing a wear test with this foundation. And for this product in particular, I feel like it's coming down to the wear test. So please just stay tuned until the end if you do want to know my full-fledged thoughts on this product. Now I'm also going to review the primer and the setting powder by KVD because I really wanted to know how these products would all work in combination with each other. Also, please do let me know in the comment section down below if you are actually interested in this brand at all. Should I be doing a full face of KVD products? Let me know, because I could be doing that if you want me to. Also, please do let me know if you have tried out this new release, this foundation in particular. Have you picked it up? Are you interested in it? Are you not interested in it? And in case you did pick it up, did it work out for you or not? I would be really intrigued to know. And also, if you do find this foundation review helpful, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell in order to get notified. You guys know that is always very much appreciated. But alright, you guys, I don't want to hold you up too long with a massive intro. I mean, if you do need further information on these products, you can always visit their official website. I'm going to go through all of the claims. I'm going to give you all of my opinions on these products, of course. So I would say, without no further ado, let's just go barefaced and let's start reviewing these products. Alright, you guys, so I'm barefaced right now, so let's actually kick it off with the primer. So this is the Lock It Pore-Refining Primer, and this retails for $43. So I don't think that this primer is necessarily a new release by KVD. This has been in existence for a hot minute. As I said, I've never tried anything out by KVD prior to the release of the foundation. The release of their new foundation really triggered my interest for the very first time. But I also wanted to try out this primer just to see how all of these base products would actually interact with each other. So here is the primer. I'm gonna just quickly read to you guys what they're actually saying about this product in particular. A pore refining primer that maximizes makeup wear and minimizes the look of pores instantly and over time. Lock in your look while creating a smooth, blurred base for epic makeup artistry. The details on those claims really are: pore refining power, blur, and minimize the look of pores instantly and over time. In a clinical test, the primer continued to reduce the look of pores after just 2 weeks of regular use. I'm really not sure what kind of clinical test they were actually conducting here. I've no clue, but it's pretty impossible to reduce the size of your pores. The primer glides onto skin with a breathable, cooling feel, no heavy speckle feeling here. For all skin types and tones, non-comedogenic, it's fragrance-free, the invisible formula won't leave a white cast. Now I definitely have my thoughts on this because I've already tried this out multiple times, and I do definitely feel like that these claims are pretty over the top. They are very exaggerated for how this is actually performing, okay? It's not a bad primer, but it's not really doing everything that they are claiming that this is doing. So I'm going to clip back my hair, and then we are going to apply it on one side of my face, and you can see what it's actually doing. So it's kind of like a thick, sort of white gel formula. I don't have much to compare to this texture in particular. It's definitely hydrating and cooling when it goes on. So I only put the primer on this side of my face. It's very hydrating, I've got to say. It's kind of hydrating. It reminds me a little bit of the Blur Jam. However, the big difference is it's not that blurring. Like, let's be real. If I have pores somewhere, it would be here. And I don't really think that my pores are necessarily blurred out. I don't think so. It definitely smooths out your base. It also kind of sinks into the skin, so it's not tacky or anything. So I feel like this product is a little bit of a disappointment in my eyes because I really wanted it to blur out my pores a little bit more, but it's just not doing it that well. So you can see, I feel like my pores are still quite visible. I mean, my Glowish Blur Jam definitely blurs the pores a little bit more, and that one does not contain any silicones. The Rare Beauty one is more efficient, and also the Jane Iredale mattifying face primer is a little bit more pore sort of blurring. I really do feel like that they push the Pore-Refining attribute quite a lot, but it's not really delivering the pore blurring that I'm used to with some other primers. So this one, it's super pricey, and I feel like it's really not living up to its claims. I mean, it's an okay primer, you know. It does not pill, it does not do anything weird. It just gives you kind of like a smoothened out base. It's hydrating, it's cooling, but is it the best primer I've ever tried? Definitely not. So okay, the primer is on, so let's actually move on to the hero product of today's video, which is going to be the brand new foundation. So this is the Good Apple Full Coverage Transfer Proof Serum Foundation, and this retails for $53. I know that KVD had this Good Apple Balm Foundation that went viral probably a year or two ago. I can't remember. I never had that product. As I said, until now, I never really had any KVD beauty products. But this one really did intrigue me because it's a liquid foundation. Now, another thing that really intrigued me about this was the full coverage claim, because you guys, I'm not sure what was happening to my skin lately. I think it's my hormones, to be honest with you. Now, usually I'm also fine with a medium coverage foundation. I can also just use a concealer to spot conceal. But my skin really has seen better days, and I really hope that this is all going to disappear within the next 2 weeks. Honestly, I also considered not even like filming today because I really wanted the spot to be gone, you know, because I rarely get something on my forehead, and if I do, it really bothers me. Now, it's not the end of the world, okay? And I also felt like a spot really shouldn't discourage me from, you know, filming and providing you guys with some content. And then I thought about it and I felt like, you know what, this is a full coverage claim, so I can actually show you guys, you know, how well this is covering. Now, I did pick up this foundation when it was launched, so I would say I have this product now since like 3 weeks or something. And there are a couple of things that I really like about this product, and then there are a couple of drawbacks, like a couple of things that I'm not completely happy with. But we're gonna get to all of that in a second. But first of all, let's actually have a look at the shade range. So this actually does exist in 40 shades. I really feel like this is a very inclusive shade range. I actually picked this one up in the shade 018, which is described as a light with cool undertones shade. So in summer, I might have to go in with a medium shade. They don't really have any light to medium shades. They only went from light to straight medium. Right now, this is a pretty good shade match for winter time. Now, the packaging is not necessarily the most relevant criteria to assess a foundation. To me, it's always the performance that makes it, but this foundation is pretty. It's also, I think this might be glass. I'm not sure. It might also be some sort of plastic, but it kind of feels heavy, so I do assume it's glass packaging. I may be wrong. So the foundation is described as a full coverage with a natural finish, transfer proof, extreme long wear, with a lightweight serum feel. It covers everything from blemishes to acne scars, hyperpigmentation, discoloration, and more. So infused with apple extract, it's got our iconic Good Apple full coverage with an undetectable serum light feel. Transfer proof, extreme long wear, high performance wear that stands up to sweat and humidity. Best for combo to oily skin, but anyone can wear it. Quince leaf extract helps to keep shine in check instantly and all day. Oh, it's actually a recyclable glass bottle. Non-comedogenic and flashback free, 100% vegan and cruelty free. This also does not contain any perfume. So I'm not sure why they did not put a claim out on the fragrance, because it does not have any fragrance or any sort of essential oil that could potentially be an aroma. This foundation also does not have any oil ingredients, so it's also oil free. They also forgot to put that on there. I can't spot any alcohol ingredient immediately. Don't quote me on it. This might contain an alcohol that I'm not able to actually decipher. So nothing that catches my eye immediately in terms of alcohol ingredient. One thing I will point out to you guys straight away before we are going to apply this is the fact that the shade Light 18, it looks really, really light when it goes on, but for some reason this does oxidize. So let that be a little bit of a warning to you guys, because if you're buying a shade that looks like a perfect shade match in the bottle, you may end up with a shade that does oxidize and that does turn a little bit deeper on your skin. So I'm gonna put it on this side of my face first. Now, my favorite way of application is actually using a brush with this. I took out like 1.5 pump, and you'll see this is quite runny. It's not too runny, but it's going to run down my finger. So really lightweight as well. I'm just gonna put it on a little bit here, and you'll see it looks really, really light at first, but believe me, this is going to change color. So I'm gonna spread it out with my brush. So I need a little bit more product, another finger of product. I probably took out 2 big pumps of product all together now for this side of my face. And I've got to say, the coverage level on this is quite impressive. Also, the way this looks on my skin, so stunning, right? It's just like this beautiful, natural finish. I mean, my spot right here is still a little bit detectable, but I think with a second layer, we can get rid of it. If not, I have to go in with a concealer. It's pretty kind of impressive what this is doing though in terms of coverage, right? And this is, I still have some product left on my finger. This is not everything I could have used. I'm gonna do the other half of my face now, and you know, I'm gonna take a little bit more, like 2 pumps straight away. And we are going to say goodbye to all of these annoying spots on my face right now. And we're gonna cover them up. So yeah, but you can see that it looks so much lighter right now than on this side of my face. So just be mindful of that, because it does oxidize just a little bit, you know. Definitely has a medium to full coverage though on the first layer. So I can definitely build this one up, and I'm gonna build this up a little bit more. So I'm gonna use 2 more pumps, that much, and we're gonna like apply a second layer of this foundation. Also, it does not dry down immediately. It's quite a flexible foundation, so you can definitely add another layer if you want to and build the product a little bit up without interrupting the very first layer that you have laid down already. The foundation has oxidized. The shade is deeper than what it looks like in the bottle right now, but it's good for me because otherwise this would have been too light for me. So it's quite a perfect shade match. But the finish of this foundation is what I really like. The coverage level on this, amazing. Like, my spot has almost been completely cancelled out. It's not completely matte, it's not completely satin, but it's also not dewy and it's not like glowy and radiant. So I don't really like that, you guys. You know that I don't really like dewy or like radiant foundations and stuff. So I think it's a really good in between a matte and a little bit more of a radiant finish, because it definitely does have a little bit of luminosity to it without being overwhelmingly luminous and radiant. It feels really lightweight on my skin. I cannot feel this foundation sitting on my skin, not at all. So in that sense, those claims were very accurate. I mean, on my skin in particular, this foundation works so well. But just promise me, stay tuned until the end when I'm coming back with my wear test results, because I did film a couple of different days when I wore this foundation for a different amount of hours. So what you see in the beginning is not what you might end up looking at the end of the day. So that's all I'm gonna say. So just stay tuned until the end of the video. But I'm just going to proceed. I did not pick up a concealer by KVD. So I'm just going to proceed with my concealer. I'm just going to put it on my under eyes. I'm not going to put it anywhere else on my face. But yeah, I'm just going to put it on my under eyes. And I'm going to use the Lawless Conceal the Deal Full Coverage Concealer. This is so good, you guys. I'm still so hooked on this. My bottle is almost completely empty. I mean, you can definitely see the end of it. I have used this like almost every day. I just love this concealer so much. I have not tried out the KVD concealer. Actually, let me know if you guys want a full face of KVD products. If you're actually interested in this brand, would you like to see more products? Because I could definitely pick up their concealer and some more products by them. But yeah, for today's video, I only have the primer, the foundation, and the setting powder. I'm just going to blend it out and then we're going to move on straight away to the setting powder. So the concealer is blended out, so let's move on with the KVD powder. So this is the Lock-It setting powder and this retails for $44. So this is also a pretty expensive setting powder, to be honest, but you have to take into consideration that this product does contain 19 grams of product. That is so much powder. Usually you're gonna get like 7 to 9 grams if you're lucky, but this one has 19 grams. They also have a mini of this. So the mini size powder does retail for $20. They have a sale right now and it's like $16 at the moment. I'm not sure if that's a permanent sale or not. Nonetheless, I did pick up like this big 19 grams setting powder because I was really intrigued to actually use all of these three products, the primer, the foundation, and the setting powder together, combine them to see what the result would be. When I tried out the brand first, I only had the foundation, and afterwards I actually picked up the primer and the setting powder because I thought maybe it's going to change the end result. So on the website they are actually saying that this is a super silky loose setting powder. You'll get a better finish with no chalkiness, no flashback, and no added texture. This has some micro blurring technology, softly diffuses pores and helps absorb excess oil for a velvety matte photo ready finish. It's fragrance free. There is no fragrance in this powder because that is something that I really don't like if a powder actually does contain fragrance. Now another thing is it's a mica based powder. The second ingredient though is talc. So if you don't like talc, stay away from this. It's a second ingredient. You know, this is not talc free. So the one thing that I immediately noticed with this powder was it does not come with a locking sift. I don't like that if a powder cannot provide me with a locking sift. That is so annoying. Anyway, it's actually a beautiful powder. I have to say, it's a very, very nice, beautiful, like finely milled powder. So I'm just gonna put the powder on one side of my face first. It's really a stunning powder though. I really like it. So one thing I realized straight away when I used this powder is it's kind of blurring. I feel like the powder is more blurring than the primer actually. And it just really gives you this like soft focus finish. I'm just going to apply this on my other side as well. Okay, you guys, so my base is on. The primer, the foundation, and the powder combined gave me this result. Every time I put this on, it just looks really, really lovely. Like I have to say, it looks super skin-like. It does not look like makeup-y or anything. It looks really, really good. Keep this image of me in mind because I'm gonna come back with the wear test. Now, I'm gonna finish my makeup. I'm gonna apply some bronzer, some blush, some highlight. I'm gonna do my eyes, film my intro. But yeah, I'll be back in a couple of hours. For you guys, it's just gonna be a couple of seconds and then you'll see what is going to happen. All right, you guys, so I'm back right now. It's a little bit after 9 p.m. at this point, and I have this foundation on for a solid 6 hours plus at this point. And yeah, I mean, you might be able to see what has happened. It has happened with any kind of primer I've used. It has happened with any kind of setting powder I've used. It really does not matter what I had put onto my skin in combination with the foundation. It really does get super shiny. And it gets shiny around here, and also a little bit on my forehead. And it's kind of a shame because it really does look shiny, to be honest with you. And my pores are quite enhanced right here. Now, I will say though, the good thing about this foundation is that the coverage is not going away. I really feel like this still does look really well when it comes to the coverage. So the foundation does not really break up. So let's actually do the test with the transfer. I mean, yeah, this does come off. So don't touch your face. I just want to say I'm definitely not the oiliest person in the world. I don't have the oiliest skin, so I really don't know how this foundation would look on somebody with very oily skin. I just get a little bit oily in my T-zone, and honestly, it's not really that dramatic, I would say. But this makes me look oily. Like, it makes me look like I'm wearing makeup. And when I finished my makeup, basically the last shot that you've seen, it looked fine. It looked kind of like mattified with the setting powder. It also did not look like dewy or radiant. It was a very natural sort of finish. And there was definitely one occasion where I wore this foundation for 12 hours and I looked super, super shiny. Again, the coverage won't disappear. It won't break up. It won't do anything weird, you know. It's not gonna be like patchy or blotchy. It's just looking super shiny. It really does start doing this after 3 hours. I'm going to show you how I look today after 3 hours. I mean, you can definitely see that it really started getting a little bit like radiant and glowy. So I'm going to show you how this looks if I would use a little bit more powder, but it really does not matter what powder I'm using. Every mattifying powder I've used thus far has not helped. It really has not helped one bit. It always ended up looking like this. So if I do touch it up with a bit more powder, it's gone. So just adding a little bit more powder is definitely going to help to just reduce the shine again. But that also means that I have to constantly touch this up, like every 3 hours at least. The powder pretty much got everywhere. It's gone now. But what I do want to say is that once you actually touch this foundation up, it still looks really beautiful. I mean, the coverage is still there. This has not done anything weird. It has not broken up on me. You know, it just got a little bit shiny. I mean, apart from the shine, it does perform quite well. It really still looks quite amazing considering that I have it on for 6 hours plus at this point. I do feel like this is really not the worst sort of foundation wear test I've ever done. I still feel like once this is touched up, it looks pretty decent, okay? But yeah, you guys, that's pretty much it. That's everything I wanted to say about the foundation. I am really intrigued to know if you guys have tried out this foundation. Do you guys share the same opinion with me? What is your skin type too? Do let me know because I would be really intrigued to know how this foundation has performed on you in case you've picked this up. You know, did it do the same thing on your skin as it did on mine? Like, I'm really, really curious about that. So please do drop me a comment down below. And also do let me know in case you want me to review more products by this brand. And also, I really do hope that you guys found this review helpful and that you enjoyed it. In case you did, please don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell to get notified. And I shall be seeing you on here very, very soon with the next review. So please do take care. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.